Okay, so tuples are similar to arrays, but once tuple is created, you cannot update and you cannot delete. Okay, anything. If you want to change something, you have to recreate the tuple. So top 0, top 1, and top. So accessing dictionary, accessing tuple, accessing array is similar, but creating dictionary, creating list arrays, and creating tuples, these are the three different things. Okay, creation is different, but printing the value, getting the value is the similar. Okay, and in dictionaries, we can, in arrays, you can update anytime any value, you can change anything anytime. And in dictionaries are same to arrays, but in dictionary arrays we create the indexing by our own choice. Like we want to save against name of something, we want to save against customer id. So like in any restaurant, they store the data against customer id. Okay, if the same person come again and again, so order number is different every time. So the sale is saved against the order numbered in restaurants. Okay, they cannot save the personal details of the customer, so that if the customers come again, so they have no options that either that customer have come before or not, so they cannot find that. Moving to next, we're gonna discuss about logical operators, and then about relational or comparison operator. So I have a number x is equal to 5. I want to check either x is less than 7, it will return me true. Either x is greater than 5, it will return me false. So let's discuss how many types of operators are there. Okay, so less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Okay, and equal equals, and not equals. So these are the relational operators that help us to compare two different values. Either both values are equal, either they are not equal, either one number is less than other number, either that number is greater than other number, either that number is less than or equal to some numbers. Okay, so these are the relational operators. So the programming languages, they return us true or false when we use the relational operators. Okay, if x is less than 7, yes, 5 is stored in x and 5 is less than 5, well, less than 7. What, and x is greater than or equal to 5, now it will return me true, because these are two operators here, less, greater than, and equal. So it will check either one of them is true, then it will return us true. Okay, so who is speaking? No. Okay, and if I say x is equal to 5, x is equal to 7, it will return me false, because 5 is stored in x, and if I type equals 5, so it will return me true. So let's use them in conditional statements. What are the conditional statements that we use to check if that condition is true, then we want to perform certain tasks, otherwise it will skip this. If is the keyword that we use for conditional statement, and then there is a condition, then there is a colon. So condition is I have stored x, I want to check if x is less than 7, and then print x is less than 7, otherwise it will skip. So just press another enter. So you can say that that condition was true, that condition only returns true or false. So if there is a true against that if statement, then this statement will be printed, otherwise that will be neglected, that will be ignored. I'm going to write it again: x is less than 5 and print the same statement. It returned nothing because that condition returned false. If it returns false here, then that condition inside the if will not run. So what I have to do, I have to give another message like my name is Hussein, and I want to say if name is equal to Hussein, then print welcome Hussein. If name is not Hussein, then it will say else print hi there. Oh, there I forgot to place a double quotation here. I'm gonna print copy that again. Okay, it says welcome Hussein. I'm gonna change that name equals Ali, and now I'm gonna again printing this. Copy that and again run. Now it is returning me hi there. Why? Because this condition returned false. Hussein is not saved in the name now. So Ali is saved. So this condition returned false. So this statement will not run if the condition after if statement returns false. Okay. And what if I have multiple? If I want to check for multiple persons, if name is equals Hussein, then Elif name is equals to Ali, it should print hello Ali. Okay, now it will means that it will check two conditions. By default if was checking one condition. So if there are more than one condition and you want to check them one by one, so you have to use else if statement, then condition rest code is same. I want to check that for another person, else if name is equals okay. So again print hello Sophia. At the end press a double enter, so it is returning me Ali because second condition is true. So let's change name equals to Sophia. Now the third condition will run, and copy that and paste it here, and now it will return hello Sophia. First condition was false, so welcome Hussein print statement was ignored, skipped. That condition was false, so this was skipped. That condition was true, so this was returned. And change the name to SO. Now again print that. You can see hi there because these three conditions were false. Okay, so in that way it checks one. There is another thing, these are the logical operators. What are the logical operators? Logical operators are similar, sorry, when there are more than, you want to check more than one condition at a time, and these were relational operators. Okay, I want to check more than one condition at a time, so there are three kinds of. One is and, or, not. So there are three kind of relational operators that compare two conditions at a time. And means the first condition is true, also second condition is true, then it will return true. Okay, this is for and statement. And or statements means either first condition is true or second condition is true or both are true, it will return me true. And that works against. If first condition is true, then it will return me a false. Okay, and if that condition is false, it will return me true. So let's see. I have x is equals to 5 and y is equal to 2. So I'm gonna check x is less than 10 and y is equal to 2. So you can see that both condition will return me true. X is less than 10 because 5 is stored in x, so x is less than 10, so it will return me true. Y is equals to, that is also true, so it will return me true. If I want to change that, x is less than 5 and y equals to, now it will return me false because the first condition is false now. Okay, so and only return true when both conditions are true. And if I say x is not equal to 5, it will return me false because no, x is false because x is equal to 5, so that was a true condition, but when I use not, it will return false. Okay, so how we use them in if else statements. So I'm going to create a program for students grades. Okay, like if marks are less than or equal to 100 and marks are greater than 80, then I say a grade A. If marks are less than or equal to 80 and marks are greater than 70, then I would say grade B, and so on. So let's make a program for that. Okay, marks is equals to 50. So I want to make a program that return me grades for students. So I will say if marks are greater than 80 and marks are less than or equal to 100, then print a grade. L if marks are greater than 70 and marks are less than or equal to 80, then print B grade. L if marks are greater than 60 and marks are less than or equal to 70, then print C grade. Else LF, then I want to fail everyone who is, or LF marks are greater than 50 and marks are less than or equal to 70, sorry, 50, 60, then it will print B grade and rest are fail. So I forgot else statement here, so I'm going to copy it again and paste it below. Else print fail. Now it is returning a fail because student will be get grades from 51 to 100 and 0 to 50 all are fail. So let's copy that and change it for different marks. Copy that and type here marks is equal to 88, it is returning me A grade. Marks is equal to 70, again print that. I've copied that statement, I'm printing again and again, it is saying me a C grade. So one thing we missed, that every time we have to copy that, why I cannot again run it? So let's create a new file. Go to the file, click at this new file, paste this here. So now you don't have to create a new file every time. You will just a second, as now you guys can see. So type here marks is equals to 60 and save it. First test program, and I'm gonna save it at desktop and go to run, click run module. So it is returning me here D grade. Okay, and what if I want to give it option to the user that enter your marks and see your grade? So you have to use input statement. Okay, and
Here we can see the run screen. It didn't show like it printed the D grade.
and enter your marks. And by default that input statements takes input in string. Okay, so we are using here integer, so I will convert it into the ends using end statement. Now save it, run the module. Now you can see here it is asking me to enter your mark, so I will type 55, press enter, and it is saying me D grade. I'm gonna again go back and I'm gonna rerun that module. So just a second, run and run module. So I'm gonna enter 77. So now I've got B grade. So in that way you can change your old program by creating a separate file. Okay, moving to next, let's create a code for loops. What are the loops? If I want to print my name 100 times, so I have to type print statement 100 times, but I don't want to do that. And what I have to do, I have to just use loops. So here we're gonna discuss about two loops. First is for loop for I in range, starting point 0, starting point 1, and how many times I want to run 10. So it will run till 9. Okay, and press a colon and print and save it and run that. Sorry. Okay, again run it, and it printed my names 9 times. So I want to check how many names. So I comma. So every time I have a value, it starts from 1 and it runs till end. How the loops work, it starts from 1 and that 1 is stored in that I variables, and this is the ending condition. It is like I is less than 10. Okay, so first time I was 1, it checked the condition either I is less than 10, yes, it returned true, and that loop runs. Okay, and this statement is printed. After printing that, what it do, it adds 1 to I, and I becomes 2, and again it checks the condition 2 is less than 10, so condition becomes true, and that is printed. It every time the this statement run, and every time it adds 1 to the I. Okay, and in the end, once that becomes 10, 10 is not less than 10. So here the condition becomes false, and that is not printed 10th time. Okay, so let's print a table of any number. Like I want to print a table of 5 using while loop, so I will make it 11. What I have to do, I want to show that 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15, 5 fours are 20. So I want to show that I, comma, a multiply sign. So I have to place double quotation so that I can get as it is multiply sign. Then I want to show here table name, and then I want to show there a equal sign. Okay, so I think this also need a space, and then I want to multiply these two values, table multiply by I. Save it and run that. Now you can see that 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, and 5 tens are 50. In that way it runs. Okay, I hope that is clear. I want to check another numbers, another program. I want to say print 1 to 50, but I only want multiple of 3. So for I in range 1 till 50, okay, less than 50, and if I remainder 3 is equal 0, means that whenever something is multiple of 3, if we divide them, it will return 0. Okay, then print I. Otherwise, skip that I. So I starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 49, but it only runs for multiples of 3. Okay, so in that way we can use if statement inside our loops. Okay, and I want to print only even numbers between 1 to 100. So what will I write here? This statement will return me even numbers from 1 to 50. Then that again, you can see all even numbers are here, and if I make it not equal, then what it will do, it will save it and run it. It will return only odd numbers. Okay, so next thing is the while loop. We can do this with while loop as well, but this I, we need to start it before writing the statement I is equal to 1. I want to start from I, and then just type while and then condition. I want to say that this I is less than 50, then work that. Okay, and every time you have to add 1 in previous value of I. Now run that. It will return me same. That works in the same way. So let's use this for creating a table of 4. So here I will write it till less than or equal to 10. Okay, and I will say print table, then a static sign, and then counter 1 2 3, which is in I, then equal sign, and then multiply them, table multiply by I, and after printing that add 1 to that I. Save it, and that will work in the same way. You can see. So that was for and while loops. Our last topic is the function. Function is nothing but like this code was for table, so function is same to that. I am gonna create a function with diff table, and in brackets I will give it a number, and that will return me that numbers. You can say it's table. Okay, now I have to remove this. and now that num will work as this variable. Okay, what does that mean? This is called a parameter in functions. Okay, you create a function, you give it a number, it assumes that it knows its value, and whenever you recall it, table in bracket I will give it 7, so it will return me the table of 7. If I change this to input, like a is equals to int in bracket input, I will say enter table number. Okay, and then I will call that function table into a. Okay, run this, it will ask you to enter a table number. I say 6, it will print me table of 6. Again run that, it is asking, I'm returning entering 10, so it will return me table of 10. Again run that, 109, it will return table for 109. So that was the basic programming, that was the basic Python programming. Okay, so just a second.